Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. I hope y'all enjoyed that 3 hour course. I hope you learned a lot. And as you've seen over the last couple days, I've been implementing some new things because there's one thing that I forgot about. You know how I told you I was making like $100,000 at a restaurant serving tables back when I was like 19, 20 years old, popped up Seafood Kitchen. I got fired from there because me and my baby daddy at the time. Only got one child, Aubrey's daddy, Justin. He shit, we was boxing in the dining room basically, and that was the best job that I ever had. And I always go back to that moment because it's just like I would have never have even had a thought about like day trading or investing or anything that I do now. I would have never thought about that back then. I was just like, I used to think the only way to make money would be from casinos and shit like that. That's what I was doing today, not the casino. I was actually house hunting because I'm about to move. But like it's just a whole different life that I live. And I think about it every single day how nothing would have changed unless I got fired from there. And it's like at that moment in time I thought all hell was breaking loose, right? But then it's just like looking at it, that was in 2016 going into 2017 when I worked there. That was 10 years ago, 9, 10 years ago, going into 2027. Like literally December 25th, 2026. I mean, 2016 is when I was getting fired, going into the new year. So I started out 2017. Surprise, you're pregnant. Surprise, you niggas ain't got no job. Me and him ain't had no motherfucking job. So I spent all that time bouncing from job to job, so on and so forth. And that's what I'm talking about. I always tell you guys that I cannot teach you faith. I can only show you or explain it in a story of how I had to have faith in the situation. But even like in the moment, I didn't even look at it as faith. I see it as faith now because I'm looking back like, damn, like it all worked out. It all worked out great. So it plays a part into trading to where it's just like you never know when something is going to happen, you know? So it's just like even the big account flips, it's always when you least expect it. It's always when people got the most doubts in the situation, if that makes sense. So for the last 2 weeks, we were doing this account challenge, right? Taking 100 to 150K by June 1st, or I owe somebody $1,000. I'm probably gonna take it to 150K. Not gonna hold you because I know me and I know how accurate I am, and it could be any moment, any fucking moment, guys. So I hope you guys' accounts are ready because we're gonna get started on that. But back to Papa though. That's what I was talking about. There was something I forgot on me making $100,000 a year at that job at 19, 20 years old. And I thought that everybody was making that amount of money serving tables because we all got a fair opportunity serving tables. Typically, you start with like a 3 table section. If you good as fuck, like I was, you might get 4 to 5 to 6 tables. But then there's the rule followers, and then there's the people that break the fucking rules. And I've been a rule breaker all my goddamn life. I'm not gonna hold you. I've been a rule breaker my whole life. So it's like, Max, they really want you to have 6 tables because it's about optimizing the guest experience, right? But I'm such a good communicator that I can optimize the guest experience and move fast as well. But there's some people that wasn't capable of doing that, right? It's all about their capacity. They didn't have the capacity to handle. Bro, there was one time I had all of her oat smoking. So per oat smoking, it was like 4 tables in a row, and then I had to be like seven, six, seven, like sections, if that makes sense, like rows in that section. One, two. So it has to be like 25, 30 fucking tables over there, in addition to like the side that had, just the tile. It's like an extra 4, 5 tables on the tile too. So at one point, a couple times in Old Smoking, I had like 25, 30 tables, but not everybody got the capacity to do that. And that's why I made $100,000 a year working at Papado. And I wasn't even thinking about that today until I got back from house hunting that everybody don't have the same experience as me. So they might not have the same thought process and they might not have the same capacity, but it's up to me to be able to explain what that experience is like. And the only way you making $100,000 a year serving tables like I did, is if you are a shark. Like I'm talking about I was a shark in working for somebody business and I'm a shark in business. But then it's like I gotta take it like what changed this year? What's changed? Right? And I've been on hiatus since April of 2025, right? what had happened was my Stripe payment system went down. All kinds of stupid shit was happening. Merrill Lynch went down, and that changed my entire dynamic of what I thought the monetary system was and how I thought my life would continue to go from here on out, right? So then from there, I'm discouraged because the payment processor had went down, and then I'm discouraged because it's like I got all these investments in Merrill Lynch, and they basically telling me that I broke some kind of fucking trading rule. And I know how I trade and I know how I invest, and they was basically saying that I broke a margin rule. But when I'm investing in stocks, I don't margin trade. There is no way for me to do that over there. The only way that something would be almost similar to like a margin trading is what I'm doing on crypto futures or what I'm doing on the Forex market, right? So me knowing that and knowing that I trade Forex and crypto futures and motherfucking Merrill Lynch ain't got that, I know that they giving me some bullshit excuse on why they shutting my accounts down, but really they don't want to work with me because I'm investing in fucking cryptocurrency because I'm going off on them at the casino last year. Like, how I fucking miss? I done had them for 11 years. How I miss one phone call on a Tuesday? I'm in Louisiana at the casino on Friday, and you tell them you shut all my account down. I'm not even in the state of fucking Texas at that point in time, so I'm not had no access to no money, no nothing. So that changed my whole thought process on that back then. And then it's just like 2016, Papito changed my whole thought process on what loyalty and job stability was, if that makes sense, because by the time I would say the most important factor is going to be the money factor and also how you think, right? So it's just like if you haven't had that experience yet, the only way you're going to get that experience is if someone else is telling you that experience, and that's the experience that I had. So now I'm thinking about it. Not everybody's gonna make $100,000 a year trading, nor was, and I'm a young ass kid back then. There was people there 10 years, 20 years, 30 years before me still working there, and they still wasn't making $100,000 a year. They was working just as much as I was working, but I was better with people skills. I had a better capacity to handle high stress situations because guess what? I already grew up like that. So then I take the skill sets that I already had. Like some people, they don't like new shit. Like I switched around a lot of how I was working with people day to day. And there's a lot of people that don't like it. And that's okay because I've been in charge of my life for so long. I'm not asking for permission to do nothing, right? And in my perspective, people will pay me $1,500 to join the business, but just because you pay $1,500, I mean I can't evolve within the business. And because it is thinking about like the optimization of everything, it's a matter of like I don't know, like peaking and sustaining individual needs, but being able to treat it as a group unless they're paying higher to get that individualized, attention from me because it's the only thing that makes sense. And then if you guys are in the same room distracting each other and y'all don't know what's going on, so now you just got a lot of people in the room distracting each other that don't know what's going on. Y'all not gonna ever know what's going on, so then y'all get overstimulated and freak the fuck out because it was never in your capacity. And that's why I had to have that thought process to change everything around. Because the people that ask me, I tell them why. Shit, I did it on YouTube. I told y'all why, and then it makes sense. It makes sense, but that thought wouldn't have made sense unless you had that experience. And typically, it's the experience that's going to change your mindset on a different situation, right? I didn't, and that's why I'm so big on cryptocurrency and shit too. Because, like I said, with Merrill Lynch, I would have thought, shit, invested in assets. As long as I'm invested in assets, I'm safe, right? But they still running the same game the banks are running, and it's really like this is my shit. You bought a house in this neighborhood. You don't pay your taxes. You don't pay your what they be having the fuck I forgot what it's called. But people that be telling you what to do. You buy a house in a neighborhood. You have that. Oh, you don't pay your property taxes. Da, 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 you don't pay your fee. We gonna fine you, and we gonna fine you until we evict you out the house that you just bought. What the fuck? Ain't nobody gonna have that kind of power over me. People that had that kind of power over me, even when I was working a job. So then imagine me being who the fuck I am right now. I'd help so many people make money. Or unless it's like if you never made money, me, I at least change your fucking mindset because, like I said, as easy as I find things, everyone's not gonna find it that easy, and that's okay. But it's just like there's no going backwards for me. And some people might be pissed off at how I change things around, but eventually you're gonna see it was really for your benefits because you wouldn't have had that thought process unless you had that experience. But my experience in life, I'm only 30 fucking years old. I'm only 30. I've had enough experience to be fucking 60. So it's like my mind gonna work a little faster. My mind gonna work a little different. And I'm capable of changing. And if you're not okay with change at all, that's another reason you probably having difficulties in this market because the market is ever changing. And if you don't have faith that something's gonna work out just because it hasn't worked out right now, you gonna forever have an issue because eventually you're like, oh, quit. I give up. I'm going back in the forest. And then you gonna go back in the forest, and then you gonna meet that bear. You gonna meet that goddamn bobcat. You like, you know what? I'm scared this way too. I'm just gonna go the other way. And then your ass in this dumbass 180% door over and over again because you never fucking come to full circle. But me, I done been to full circle 1,000 motherfucking times to where it's a different experience for me to where eventually I'm outside the door of the hotel and you spinning in a circle and you ain't even look. And that's the funny part. You at a hotel door, there ain't even no danger. You could go in the hotel or you go out of the hotel. But the hotel door, the danger is going outside. You're not gonna have the covering of the weather. Da 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 da. But you treating the outside of the hotel as if it's a goddamn forest. There's lions and tigers and bears, oh my, and there's nothing. It's just a revolving door. And because you can't take yourself out of the revolving door, and the revolving door in this scenario is your schedule, if that makes sense. If you never get to the point of making space between you and the people that's not where you want to be and stop giving them choices because they haven't figured it out yet and they're not making time to figure it out because they're stuck in this revolving fucking door, then whose fault is it? How many of y'all have not even realized how much time has passed since y'all have actually joined the groups? Because the habits of your day to day becomes your habits of your week to week, become your habits of your month to month. And that's just natural on what it is. And that's something that I talk to my daughter about all the time because it's important to think about so that you are aware of where you are at all times and what are you building, what are you not building, and what the fuck is distracting you. Because that distraction could go on forever. But the distraction could go on forever. But guess what? If you got good habits, you working out every day, you eating right every day, your habits are also going to stack forever. So therefore, if I got a good habit, today I had to decide, do I want shrimp? Well, I had shrimp and asparagus today, but my daughter, she liked pizza. But I made shrimp and asparagus on Saturday, Sunday, and now Monday to finish off my meal prep. And it's easier for me to do that, but it's just like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, I chose to eat healthy. Nah, nigga, I wanted a goddamn burger. And I was finna get a burger too. I was gonna get a burger, but then I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna spend $30 on a fucking burger because the bag of shrimp is $15, asparagus is $5, and then my ass losing weight, right? I don't have no reason to bulk. I've been losing weight. I've been on my weight loss journey. I've been, looking good. there's there's no reason for me to go for the burger when I understand what my goals are, right? Because I'm aware of my habits. So when you know better, you just naturally gonna do better. And if you know better and don't do better, you fucking stupid. And that's where I be feeling like sometimes when I be sitting here trying to be nice, it's like I came back after the hiatus trying to be nice to everybody. But bitch, I'm a dog. I've been a dog. I've been a dog in the market. I've been a dog in business, been a dog in real estate, e-commerce, all of it. I never gave a fuck. I didn't give a fuck before all of it. And that's why I've always had a different experience, and that's why I've always exceeded the expectation on things because I never gave a fuck. I do trade without stop losses. I'm not always counting pips. I'm gonna risk the fucking account. Cause bitch, what's a $50? Bitch, what's $100? None of that shit makes sense to me. And we got different fucking pockets too. I gotta remember that. Just like I had to remember, think it's been 9 years. I had to remember today that I was making $100,000 a year. My perspective is what my experience is. So then I gotta turn my mind around and then like, oh, this motherfucker wasn't making no $100,000 a year. This motherfucker fighting to survive. This motherfucker got roommates and shit like that because he don't have the capacity or she don't have the capacity to actually push shit to the limits because they too scared to get that. Oh, this person not gonna like me. I don't want to shark that table over there. Oh, I don't want to piss of man. Fuck these niggas because they don't give a fuck about you either. The banks don't. The police don't. The judge, the jury, the prosecutor. Nobody give a fuck. I got money and I could walk into the bank and I done had ladies, bitch ass. They were. You remember that Mrs. Doubtfire picture I posted? She didn't even want to give me my money. You know what? And the same thing is, if I want to buy Pokemon cards with all the fucking funds I got, I ain't gotta fucking ask Deborah for shit. And that's why this is so important. of me speaking because y'all don't have the experience I have, and y'all might not be able to challenge the goddamn system because when they fucking wrong, they wrong, and they so keen. Even the fucking school systems, I done check on the school system and shit too. Bitch, this piece of construction paper telling me what kid is what, and we know this is my kid, and you see me every motherfucking day. This piece of construction paper don't run my motherfucking life. And then what we gonna do? We gonna sit here and you gon' damn, I can't believe she said that to me. You a fucking rule follower. They are rule followers. Sometimes you're gonna have to break the rules and get that freedom. And right now you in this revolving door and you stuck because you never fucking broke the revolving of the bad habits, the revolving of the wrong mindset, the revolving of of fucking distractions. Of fucking distractions. Y'all gotta stop getting distracted. I don't even answer the phone for motherfuckers no more. I swear to God, I don't. There's like 3 to 4 people that can really get in contact with me. Five if somebody got Aubrey. But unless you got Aubrey, you really not getting through that phone because my shit on do not disturb all the time. You have to monitor what's distracting you every single day because your distractions add up and you're not paying attention. And that's exactly how the fuck people look at. They be 30 1 year, 40 the next year, 60 the next year. They're like, damn, it's only been 3 years, nigga. It's been 3 decades. And you never got your head out your ass. And it's not gonna be my fault. So yeah, I changed the fucking groups around, and that's okay. Cause if you don't like it, who the fuck gonna know? What the it's a 8 billion people in this world. And especially if I'm coming back changing the game and I'm the one with the results, I ain't seen nobody back office yet, niggas. It's been like 6 weeks. I ain't seen nobody back office yet. I'm showing results. What I'm doing is right. And we gonna do what I'm doing because it's fucking right. Even if it's wrong, I'm not gonna know it's wrong until it's done. But then everything requires faith. I would have never in my wildest fucking dreams imagined that I was gonna be no day trader. I would have never thought that. I would have never even known to think that. It's just something that happened for me. But then it's just good habits, good habits, good habits compound. Entries compound, compound, compound. And if it don't work, it don't work. But then I pivot and then I stick to what works. And this is what works because I get the results, and I got the receipts of the results, and I got the repetition of the results every single day. So yeah, I just need to motivate you guys to think outside the box because that's something that was on my mind earlier today. I can't believe I forgot that. I even said it in a video this weekend that everybody making $100,000 a year at Papa though, and then I had to think about. Nah, that was niggas named David and maybe James and stuff like that. And whatever their names is, whatever. You know, just random. Niggas could be named Shaquan. I don't know. They wasn't making $100,000 a year because some of them had roommates. But I had to think about that. And I gotta think about trading is really fucking hard for some people. And I can tell you everything there is about trading, and it's gonna be fucking hard for you. And ain't nothing I'm gonna be able to do for you other than to continue to give you the information, and then hope that you have faith to continue doing it, no matter how hard it get, no matter how disappointing something is. Because when it's time, it's fucking time. And then I'm gonna look up one day, damn, we got $150,000 for this account challenge. And then you go like, oh, I missed it. Da, da, da. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you gonna do. Because when it's time, especially since I've really been trying to do this since November. But you know what? I'm packing, right? I just said I'm finna move. I'm packing and I'm looking through all my shit. I got, printing receipts and shit like that. I keep that for taxes and stuff. But there's just something about May 12th for whatever fucking reason. I just get these big ass account numbers on May 12th. It happened in 2021. It happened in 2019. It happened fucking last year. Man, like $40,000 in a few days from fucking what? May 12th. May 12th. Receipt. Big ass check. May 12th. Another $40,000 on that one. I don't know what the fuck it is about May 12th, but the moment you stop paying attention, that's exactly when the shit gonna take off. And that's why I rearranged everything because a lot of people not fucking paying attention. Some of y'all didn't log in until since December. Don't know what's going on. Could have been going through a family emergency. Could not give a fuck. Could got captured by aliens. I do not fucking know. But it's not my job to figure it out, or I'm gonna be wasting motherfucking time. So I changed all that shit around, and now it makes sense. I know it makes sense to y'all now because I'm saying it. I'm saying it so it makes sense. But do not lose track. I always go back to last summer. I trade with somebody every fucking day. Y'all do not realize I trade with somebody all the time. I'm never only trading by myself. I'm either trading with the group or I'm trading with somebody right here. You know what I'm talking about? There's always somebody I'm talking to. So it's just like the experience comes from being able to show people over and over and over again that it works. And then also tell you the story of what I've been through so that you can understand that, bitch, you're not special. Bitch, I'm not special. And because I can do it and because of everything I went through, that's exactly why I know the fuck you can do it. But if you a fucking quitter, if you don't have the capacity, if you're not no fucking shark, you might get a different fucking result than me. Your result might be scary. I'm not no scary ass bitch. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. I don't know. But I've been like that before I got into business. I've been like that before I've been trading. You know what I'm talking about? So that is what that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to like show you guys of you gotta fucking push through, bitch, because I don't know what to tell you. But I'm here for the process. And you know what else I'm finna change? The signals. The signals. The signals. A lot of people I've been blowing accounts. I ain't gonna hold you for sure. I blew an account last night, a $50 account, but that wasn't for the challenge. I was really trying to do that for the FX signals, but for every fucking reason, the FX signals compared to the crypto signals, it's too fucking confusing for a lot of people, right? It's too confusing. I do not understand why. So we gonna separate them hoes, like it already is separated because it really is two different businesses. So when I sell signals, I'm gonna only do the forex signals for you guys. I'm taking off the crypto signals, and the crypto signals we gonna be doing $100 challenges in the crypto signals. But then in the forex signals, I want you to understand that I'm gonna hook up my big account to the forex signals, and because we don't have the same money and we don't have the same, how do you say, uh, accountability, because we don't have the same accountability, I'm blowing accounts, but if you don't agree with my bias, don't fucking take it. That's the accountability. But since you don't have accountability, I'm gonna do it like this. It shows lot sizes, but my money different than your money. If I throw a five lot, whatever the fuck you got in your account, you're gonna have to decide what lot size you have, right? And you're gonna have to decide what you can afford. Because that's the only thing that makes sense to me. Because for as long as I've been nice to nigga, I've been nice since November. This is the longest I ever been nice. I'm tired of fucking being nice. I'm ready to be a shark again. I've been a shark. I've been a nice ass shark. I'm finna eat niggas now. Fuck no. Fuck no. I'm finna trade. Y'all can take the bias, the people in my mentorship. You saw what we changed. We got the weekly analysis in the mentorships as well. And then when the site come up, y'all gonna see what everything else is on the sites. But we have to do the challenge separate than the regular signals because people are so confused and I don't understand why. And the only way you so confused and you try to stress me out is if your ass got eaten by a lion, tiger, or a bear because your ass wasn't paying attention. Because it is April. It is April. It is April. I'm not finna force y'all to do better. I'm finna watch y'all. I'm finna let y'all watch me do better. Because if I know I want to lose weight and I had to decide between do I want to eat right or that goddamn burger, and I still want the burger to this very day, 3, 4 days later, I still want the burger, but I do understand what my goal is, and I'm gonna implement the right scenario to accomplish the goal because I look. Do I look 60 fucking pounds heavier? I'm losing weight every day because I'm in a consistent calorie deficit. My the way my accounts are, I blew an account last night with the signals and like a $50, it was a 50 fucking dollar account. But that $50 account broke some people's neck. We don't have the same money. So you got to get your money up and you got to get your faith up. But either way, the bias is right. But even look at this. Ooh, let's look at this too real quick. Oh my God. Let's do this. Hang on. Um, let's do this 1 second. Recording in progress. All right, so check this out, guys. Remember how I said we in silver? Perfect fucking entry in silver, sorta. But like I said, I was being a nice ass shark yesterday. I was like, let's put a stop loss on there so these niggas don't be scared. And then niggas got mad and cussed me out anyway. Bitch, shut up. Because at the end of the day, the entry was right. We entered all the way at the motherfucking bottom because I knew goddamn well it was coming down here. I had a meeting at 2 o'clock yesterday, and I told her why we don't fucking buy tops. I told y'all why we don't buy tops, and it was at the top, and guess what? The market opened. It opened at a level of demand, bro. It opened at a level of demand. So I'm like, slam dunk, nigga, slam dunk. Slam it. I want to make real money. I don't want to make no scary money. Granted, from here to here, it should have been $150 per lot size that we had. I started with a point on one and then I added another point on one, right? Right. So this is the 15 minute. It came down. You see this wick? Took out our second point on one because I had a stop loss on it. But technically, if I would have ran no stop loss like I be fucking doing, because I understand how sharp my entries are, and I understand what my bias is, and I understand how I operate in the market because I've been doing this like 9 years, guys. I've made 7 millionaires. Let me just keep adding that in, and including myself, I would be eight, but seven, we'll say seven, just in case it was lucky for me. We bought here. It came down here. We only got stopped out because of a stop loss. BS, whatever. We still got one entry right in this hole. And then it come up to here and it come down here. And then I'm like, all right, cool. This is a flag. I'm like, stack, 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 stack. Bitch said, fuck you. I said, fuck me, huh? Came all the way down. We probably blew our shit like right here. So we had like a point oh 0.05 running, point oh 0.01 here, point oh 0.02 here, and then another four here. This one already got taken out. So point oh 0.01 here and another four here. That's a point oh 0.05. This motherfucker came all the way down and then took off for US session. Now, granted, I'm an intraday swing trader, but I'm more swing than intraday because guess what? I didn't wake up till noon today. And that's what I'm talking about. I got some accounts in the play and some accounts didn't make it. The $50 account didn't make it, but guess what? If we didn't have the stop loss here to point oh 0.02, we could have let it run. But I can't guarantee we would have not blown it anyway because I still would have stacked, stacked, stacked here because it's still following the rules until London session hit, broke this trend line again, gave a retest. But guess what? You got to understand who you are. Your ass is scary. I'm not scary. Your ass is scary. I'm not scary. I hope you're not scary, but most of y'all look at me is kind of scary. Stop being fucking scared. You scared, your ass got anxiety because you don't know the fucking rules. You scared, you got anxiety, that's why you're using a stop loss. You scared, you got anxiety, that's why you don't trust me. I don't give a fuck, ain't got shit to do with me because I can make $100,000 in this market without talking to you. And that's what guys show me. Whole business really went down with Stripe last year, and then got Merrill Lynch playing in my face last year as well. I turn around, kick April goddamn ass, kick May ass for sure, kick June ass. No, I'm sorry, got my ass kicked in June, and then in July turn 200 into $100,000. And I'm talking about if I did nothing else for the entire fucking year. Nothing, 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 nothing. And keep in mind, that's impossible because I trade every fucking week, every fucking day. I just always don't always say something, right? Every week, every day I trade. If I did nothing else, I made 200 go into 100,000 in 3 fucking days. Just like I would have always thought I would have been working at Papado my whole life. Just like I would have thought last year I would have been with that nigga my entire fucking life. Shit, I just broke up with somebody, the one that I thought was gonna be another fucking husband. I just broke up with him this week because it's just like you. Sometimes you gotta be a shark. And that's another fucking story because it's just like there's certain stipulations that come with having money, and then people get used to like the money and the aspect of things, so then they be having goddamn demands and shit. Bitch, ain't no demanding shit here because I got all this shit out the mud by myself. Me and God. You don't talk about. You couldn't have told me years ago this is where I would be. You couldn't have told me months ago I'd be sitting here telling y'all stories and shit like that because I didn't want to. I didn't see the importance of it. I was still trying to keep the family secret. I mean, I still feel like y'all should pay to continue your learning, but my tips into the world is educating. My tips into the world is I'm gonna change your mind because I can get the shit out of the market. And if you want extra help outside of what I put on YouTube, you want extra help outside of what I put in ebooks, you want extra help outside of the groups and the courses that I give you, then I don't know, you got to pay for that. You got to pay for that kind of stuff. But even if you don't have money, like I didn't have money back then, I didn't have money back then. I was still able to learn through YouTube. And that's how I got here now. I was able to get close to millionaires on YouTube. And that's how I got here now. I can't talk to millionaires when I wasn't a millionaire. I didn't know fucking millionaires. So that's what it is. It's about changing y'all mindset and changing the way that you think. And if you could change the way that you think, it's damn near gonna change the way that you trade. And because you change the way that you trade, it's gonna change your entire ecosystem in your life. Because guess what? You make money and you make internet money and then you invest in assets. Can't nobody tell you shit. And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Oh shit, did I finish that? Yeah, 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 yeah. So look, it filled the gap eventually, but I'm not no gap trader. It's always a win. We never know when. We never know when. We didn't know when it was gonna fill. It should have filled last night. This bitch filled this morning. That shit just now really feeling in Asian session. You never know when. You don't know when in life. You don't know when in business. You don't know when in trading. So when you give up before the win, just like my friend did, nigga still ain't got $100,000. You still ain't got $100,000. I'm blown maybe $2,000 in goddamn since like November in the account challenges, but you can take money whenever you want. I really haven't blown no $2,000. I've made way more money in the signals than I've blown trying to get the account challenge up. But that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna separate the Forex signals from the account challenges. And the Forex signals, you're gonna have to figure out what you can afford to lose, and you're just gonna have to match my entries because it's still gonna give you the same entry. But what you can afford to risk and what you can afford to lose, that's on your ass now because you don't got no accountability. It don't matter to me. I can pull $100,000 of the market. I can pull 7 figures out the market. I'm mad at her. I'm follow her and come back 6 months. Good. See you in 6 months. Good. See you in 6 months. It don't change nothing. You still gonna have to come over here and learn how to take control of your life so that people not sitting here playing in your face either. And that's what I'm gonna sit here and do. I'm gonna challenge you to think better. I'm gonna challenge you to do better. I can't sit here and say I want to lose weight and then knock down fucking 18-pound cakes. I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna knock down one for sure, but I'm not gonna knock down 18 of them knowing what my goal is. Look at me, I look great. I know that. I'm consistent. I'm disciplined. Discipline run this entire world, and I'm more disciplined than some people. That's why it don't matter. So yeah, y'all just do better. Y'all just gotta not even think harder, but think smarter, and then have faith in the situation because you never know when. You never know when.